Today I'll be showing you how to create a YouTube intro in Canva. If you are planning on starting a YouTube channel and you're wondering how you're going to get your YouTube intro and outro done, this video is for you. Now, before I begin, I'm just going to give you a preview of what we'll be designing today. So let's check it out. Okay, so I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys will be staying tuned to see how this was done inside of Canva. Now, with Canva, you do have a pro and a free version. I have the pro version. However, what we're going to be doing today can be done with a free account, so no worries. Canva also has a lot of different templates. So if you should go on your left where you see templates and you were to search for, let's say, YouTube intro, you would see a lot of different templates that you could customize to your YouTube channel. Now, where you see these little crowns, those are pro videos. You're going to need a Canva subscription to access these videos and any other features available in Canva. Or you can select create a blank landscape video. Now, let's say you did not go into templates and you're on the home page. You could have selected customize size and select videos, and it's going to give you options to choose from. You could select landscape video or you could select YouTube video. It doesn't matter, they're the same dimensions, 1320 by 1080 pixels. So let's create YouTube video, and it's going to bring us into the video interface where we can get our work started. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is select this add icon right here, and I'm going to select a blank just for me to have a blank canvas. Then I'm going to select another one and I'm going to pull this one on top of the first one. Okay, just like that. And I'm going to change this one to black. So you select it, select the color icon right here, and you can select this plus icon and navigate to the respective color that you want. Now I'm going to grab some media. I already have the images and the photo that I want to use. Now for the first video, I'm going to use this one. Let me mute everything to avoid any copyright strikes. So I'm going to select this video right here, and it's going to automatically be added to this track. So whenever you add a image or a video, it's going to automatically be added to this section right here. But the good thing is you have the option to move the image around or your media around to your respective position. So I'm going to put it on top of the black square that we just did. So let's just move it around. Okay, so this is what we're having. And you can select the trim icon to cut it down to the part of the clip that you want to use. Okay, so this is me just using the clip that I want to use. And of course, you have the options to enlarge your image more if you want to. So that's something that you can do. So you can double click on the image and we can zoom out so you can see exactly what it is that you're doing. And you want to just play your video just to ensure everything is being done correctly. Okay, so let's play this, and we're just going to manipulate it until we get the clip that we want. Okay, so let's trim this down a little bit more, and let's start again from the beginning. And whenever you're editing, you always want your clips and whatever it is that you're using to align. So where we have this, the black shape, we're going to pull it inward to align with the length of the track. Same with this white one down here. I want to pull it in so everything is aligned properly, okay? And let's play this again. And sometimes it's going to glitch every once in a while, but don't worry about that. Once you export it, it's going to play okay. Okay, so this is what we have so far. Then I'm going to select the video and I'm going to select the transparency tool and I'm going to reduce the transparency just so it gives us that exposure effect where it's not too exposed, where it's a bit dark. So probably 61 should be okay, or 60. Let's see what we're looking like. Wonderful. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the video and I'm going to select animate and I'm going to select the blur animation, okay? And we want this on enter, and we can now for the speed is a pro feature, so you cannot adjust the feed. You're just going to have to use the default speed that Canva provides, okay? So let's see what the default speed looks like. Let's go on preview. Let's adjust the clip some more. Let's see if we bring it down. Let's see something. If we Once you're satisfied with the adjustment of your clip, you can move on the next step. So let's play this over one more time to see if we're okay with it. Okay. And again, always adjust your tracks to line up properly. Now we're going to select E on our keyboard to add some text. And you want to pay attention to where, when you select TE, where the text box appears. So it's on top of the image, which we wanted. Let's say it was right here. All you would have to do is bring it to the top where it's on top of the image. So let's type the person's name. And I'm just going to pull on this to increase the size, or you can select this plus icon to increase the size. And I'm going to change this to a red. And then I want the text to be a bit thicker, but let me show you something. If I were to bold it, it's a bit too bold. I don't want it this bold. So I'm just going to select the text and undo. And I'm going to select effects and go to outline. And I'm going to select this color here to match it with the color of the text. And I'm going to reduce the thickness. So we have that bold effect, but not as bold. Now I'm going to, you can play around with the letter spacing. So let's say you wanted the letters to be a bit apart. You could do the letter spacing like that. So let's just line this up as we want to. And you can go to position, and if you want this to be like in the center and in the middle like so, you can have that done. But I want it to be in the center, but it doesn't necessarily has to be in the middle. So I'm just going to pull this down just a little bit like so, and let's play that to see how it looks. All right, so now we're going to add an effect to the text. We're going to select effects, sorry, not effects. We're going to select animate, and we're going to select, let's see, clarity. And we're going to put it on enter. And that's it. As I mentioned, to adjust the speed and like the movement and direction, you will be required to have a Canva Pro subscription. However, you can use the default setting, which is fine. That's what I'm doing. So let's play this and see what we're looking like. And we're looking good already. The next thing we're going to do now is we're going to work on the second frame. But before we go, let's ensure that everything is aligned. So this needs to be pulled in just a little bit. So let's place and see. So when everything is aligned, everything should exit the frame the same time. You see? So it's paused on that, this on that. So everything is okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to select this white icon, the add icon, and we're going to add a next blank. And then where the two white boxes are meeting in the center, you should see add transition. And for this, we're going to add a circle wipe for this. Okay. And now let's add our supporting media. So for this, I'm going to add two, three videos. Okay. Starting off with this one, and we're going to, so when we add it, it automatically is added on this line, and we want it on top of the white space. So we're going to pull it up just like that. Now, and next thing, when we add a video, it's going to automatically take the shape or the size of the screen, but we don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom out, and we're going to select the image, and we're going to just reduce the size, and you can double click on it to reduce it to align with the frame. So now we want to adjust the length. Now we're going to add two additional videos, but I want to add them one at a time so we can edit them one at a time so we don't get confused and we don't have any glitches or anything like that. So we're going to double click on this, and we are going to increase it just a little bit. Okay. And then we're going to select the trim icon, and we're going to trim it. I want this one where she's putting on the lip gloss. Okay. Going to trim it. Probably we could put it at 3 seconds and double click on this. Oh, hold on. And we want to align the white box with the image. Just everything is aligned perfectly. Okay. Let me just zoom in, pull it down just so we have something. So let's see what we are looking like. Okay, perfect. So now it's time for us to add our second video. So we're going to add this one as the second video, and again it's going to automatically be added to this section here, and we're just going to pull it to the top where we want it to be positioned, and we're going to reduce the size to align with like this. Okay, so now we're going to trim this, and we want it to be the same. So let's see what we are working with. Okay, so this is what we have so far. And if you want, you can definitely reduce it just a little bit so it's showing properly. If you want, you can crop it over just a little bit. So let's start everything and select preview just to see what we have. And that's what we have so far. Now we're going to add our third and final video for this frame, and we're going to add this one right here. And sometimes, as I mentioned, it might go down to this side, so you want to pull it over on top of this section right here, just like that. And you're going to pull it down, and you're going to want to ensure that it falls within this space that we have right here. Okay, so you can zoom out so you can properly reduce the size to fit within the frame. And let's see what we have. And again, we want everything to be the same length per frame. So let's do a preview and see what we have. And this is looking really good already. But as you can see, I don't think everything is lined up properly. Are we lined up properly? Let's see. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to select R on our keyboard, we want to add some additional text, but we want it to be visible. So because we have the videos going on in the background, it might not be as visible. So we're going to select our square and we're going to turn this into a gradient. So you're going to select this color right here and you're going to double click on the color and we're going to select gradient, and it's going to automatically give you a default gradient, which you can then customize to whatever color you want. So I'm going to select these and I'm going to put them in black. Now for the second color, I'm going to select it and I'm going to reduce the transparency. So we have like a transparent faded gradient going on, all right? And we're going to rotate this to a 90-degree angle where the faded black is at the top. And we're going to stretch this across the lower part of the video and pull it up just a little bit like so. So let's see what we're looking like. And you want to ensure it's aligned properly with the clips, okay? So we should have something like this. Then we're going to select T and we're going to add some text. So this is where you might want to add something personable about your channel. So for some persons, they may have lifestyle, beauty, life coach, tech, whatever it is that your channel is about. So for this, I'm just going to write the world's my oyster. So if you don't know who this is Shelly B, also known as Michelle Besant. She is a season 7 Love Island contestant. Big fan. So we are going to change this to white, okay? And we're going to, because I have this gap between the two words, we are going to select this icon right here and reduce the line spacing so we have something like this. Now we're going to add some animation to this. Let me see something with this middle frame. I think I can pull this middle frame up just a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to select the text and we're going to select animate and we're going to select rise on enter. So we should have something and ensure it's on top of the tracks for the second frame that we're working on currently, okay? So let's see what this looks like. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So let's do a preview of the entire thing. And the song choice that I had in mind was the Cardi B song that goes, hello, it's me, hello, it's me, hello, it's me, hello, it's me. I'm assuming you guys can imagine what I'm saying. Like, just visualize it. Just visualize it. Just walk with me. Walk with me, okay? All right. So now we're going to add our next final frame. So we're going to look for the video that we want to use. And I want to use this video right here. So for this, because it's the final frame, I'm going to let it remain on the final track right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to detach it from the background. So because it is added to this bottom line right here, it's automatically added as a background. So what I'm going to do is select it and detach video from the background, okay? And I'm going to position it right about here. And then we're going to trim it, of course, to whatever portion of the video that we want. Like such a gorgeous girl. So, okay, we can work with this for now. And then what I am going to do, okay, guys, so because I want a transition, I'm going to select this plus icon right here and select blank. And I'm going to add a transition. So we can do the line wipe. And wait, I think this should be okay. And let's see how it looks with the line wipe transition. Okay, we will work on it shortly. Then I want this to give us like a faded effect. So let me show you something what I'm going to do, because I wanted to add this image right here. Let me detach it from the background. I wanted to add this image right here And of course, I'm going to remove the background. Now, the remove background aspect is a pro feature in Canva. You are going to need a Canva Pro subscription for that. However, you can use remove.bg to remove the background of your images and then upload them into Canva. But so as I was saying, I want to add this image here, but I want to remove the sharp edge of the photo of the video. So what I'm going to do is select R again, or if you're using your phone, you can go to elements, and on the shape you can select a square. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this. So you remember the gradient that we had created in the previous video. I'm going to select it. However, for this, I'm going to double click and I'm going to change the colors to white instead of black. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to rotate this to a 180-degree angle. And I'm going to put it right here to kind of disguise that sharp line that we have for the video. And let's see what we are working with. And I'm going to duplicate it again. And we should have something like this. And you want to ensure it's covering the video from top to bottom with the edges like that. Like so. All right. And then I'm going to add this right here. So you realize that when we place this image here, it's beneath the gradient that we just created. So what you're going to do is select the image, go to position and select to front because we want it on top of this. Okay. So for this, I'm going to select the image, go to animate, and I'm going to put rise. And we should have something like that. Let's see what we're looking like. Okay. Then I'm going to select T to add some text. And I'm going to say subscribe. And I'm going to put this in the same font, the code font that we had earlier. We can put this in bold if we want. And we're going to put this inward to wrap some of the text. And then we're going to select the line spacing. And we should have something like this. And we want to align this to the left, like so. And what we're going to do, we're going to go to transparency and we're going to fade this just a little bit. And then we're going to select the text, select animate, and we're going to select merge. And we're going to position it to the back where it's behind the image. Okay. And we want to ensure again all our clips are properly aligned. Okay. So let's see. We want everything to be the same length. So let's go to preview. Okay, so as you can see, we're having an issue here with the line. So what we're going to do, we are going to play around with the faded. And we're going to just put another one just to ensure it's done properly. Okay, and we're going to move this back right here. So let's do a preview again. And let's just imagine the song, hello, it's me, 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 hello, it's hey. Now, once you're satisfied with your intro, it's time to save it. So select share and select download. You want to ensure that MP4 video is selected. As for the quality, you can keep it in 1080 or increase it, but you will need a Canva Pro subscription. Then you're going to select download to save it to your
And
device.
this is it, guys. I don't think this was hard. I think this was really simple. So let me know if you guys will be trying this tutorial out. If you have any challenges recreating this, just leave a comment and I'll be happy to assist. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for always supporting me. Until next time.